Hello and welcome to Live in the Solution. I'm Mary Trimble and these are your readings from the 13th through to the 18th. I'm really sorry that it's late. I put a video out so you'll know why that is happening, and you may hear some banging in the background. They are renovating the floor beneath me, but it's not as bad as it was. So I'm just going to go ahead with these readings. A little bit about the astrology report. I will put a timeline if you're looking at your sun, moon and rising, so you're looking at multiple videos. I will put a time where you can skip the report if you've seen it already. So the big news this week is the new moon in Pisces. This is a beautiful, it's kind of going to be like an ethereal feeling because, you know, Neptune is in Pisces, and Pisces is this deep spiritual connection to oneness. Neptune is kind of dreamy and spiritual too. So we have this incredible opportunity to have deep meditations and connection with source energy and the collective, the oneness. Now, at the same time, the sun and the moon is trying to Jupiter, which is beautiful. It's about expansion and bigness and oneness, and it's about society, right? But Jupiter is going retrograde. Now, when a planet, but it's a very slow moving planet, right? So it's kind of a subtle energy. Now, when a planet is moving forward, it's kind of the external world, right? And then when a planet moves retrograde, it's about the internal world. So it's really important for us to go inside and see, and the aspects of that planet, you know, what's related to that planet. We can look inside and see where we can improve. It's really about self-reflective, self-growth. You know, it's all about healing too, and it's about releasing that which no longer works for us. Now, Chiron is also playing a part of this. So Chiron is the wounded healer, right? So we're going to have this kind of vulnerability. It's important for us to trust our emotions, right? See where our emotions lie, go deep and allow the healing to take place, and then release it, because things are going to be moving into Aries, and that's like spring. That's the start of the astrological year. So it's about springing into action, right? So we need to kind of sloth all that does not work for us any longer. And we have this wonderful healing opportunity. So, you know, with healing comes vulnerability, and we have to allow that vulnerability to, you know, to happen so that we can heal. Now, we also have Mars is playing a big part, and it's square, which means it's not in a great aspect to Venus and Mercury. Excuse me. So we might have some communication issues. You know, Mars is like the planet of war. It's going to kind of give us some frustration mentally, communications. It's like we really have to, first of all, be aware what's happening astrologically, and then we can rein ourselves in. It's very important to kind of hold off on reacting, right? We can have these spurts of frustration and these kind of anger and saying things that we don't mean to be saying, don't mean to say, or what we say can be misconstrued. So it's very important to rein yourself in, to respond rather than to react, right? So keep that in mind this week. But this beautiful new moon, listen, new moons are about new beginnings. We have this really fresh restart, you know. It's a beautiful opportunity to start over, something fresh. So it's important for your intentions and to be really positive and optimistic. You know, new moons are about putting our intentions out there. And I always say it's not about putting your goals down. It's about how you would feel if your goals describing how you feel if you reached your goal. So it's when you start describing it and start writing it down, you're in that feeling and you're attracting that, right? That's the law of the universe. Thoughts are electric and feelings are magnetic. So write down how it would feel if this dream happened, right? And describe that feeling. And as you describe it, you're going to be in it, and then you're going to attract it. Right? So wonderful, incredible opportunity this week. It's kind of exciting. So anyway, without further ado, let's go to your readings. Let's go to the cards for you guys. Hello, Scorpio, and welcome to your reading for March the 13th through March the 18th. And this is a general reading. The information for personal readings will be in the description box below. This is also for your sun, moon, and rising. You'll find that information below too. And guys, I've started a Patreon page. If you'd like to show your support and show me a little love, nip on over to my Patreon page. That link will be below too. What else? Thank you so much for liking, sharing, and commenting. I read every comment. If you could share these videos, this video on your social media, that would be wonderful. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you. So let's go to your cards. The first card that comes up is the Seven of Coins. When the Seven of Coins comes up, I'm looking at the clarifying card to this. And what I'm getting is that you need to stop criticizing yourself, right? And stop telling yourself that you haven't done enough and that you need to do this and you need to do that. This is telling you, when this card comes up, it's saying, listen, take a breath. Look back and really acknowledge how far you've come and what you've accomplished and how wonderful you are and how great and hard you've worked. Look, this is a maiden. She's a farm worker, and she's taking a moment to just look at the fruits of her labor, right? And she's just standing there for a moment. It's just a moment. She's poised to just reflect and look and drink in all the hard work that she's done and look at the fruition of that hard work. Look at how that hard work is blossoming, and she's acknowledging it, and she's feeling really good that she's accomplished something. So clarifying it is the messenger of air, and the messenger of air is news that comes in, but it's not delivered well. So I really am getting that this is you being critical to yourself and perhaps others. So it's about dropping the criticism, right? It's about not judging yourself. And if you are judging yourself, give yourself the credit for how far you've come and what you've done, and look at your hard work. It's so easy for us to say, oh, but you haven't done this and you've got to do that. And it's like, it's constantly berating yourself for what you haven't done. And this card is coming up because it's saying you have to really acknowledge what you have done. It's time to do that, Scorpio. And the next card that comes up for you is the Seven of Cups. This is a lot of opportunities coming up for you. This is really important. Now, you're being asked, this is a number 7. You've got 2 sevens. They're introspective. It's an introspective number. You are being urged to go inside for guidance on what to choose. And clarifying that is the 3 of air. So there are several choices and opportunities on the table. One of them could cause you, is not a great choice. Let me put it that way. One of them is not, at least one of them isn't a good choice, and may cause you pain or betrayal, or be careful of what you choose. And the only way to make the right choice is to meditate and go inside and be guided spiritually for this choice, right? Go inside. I'm not saying be fear. You're going to know. You're going to know. You're intuitive. You're You have psychic abilities. You really know what's good for you, right? You know what is a good choice. Sometimes you may vacillate between this and that, but there's a choice in there that's going to cause you some pain. So be careful of how you what you choose. There are 7 cups here. You know, some of them have not so great things in it, but most of them have wonderful things in it. So this is a wonderful opportunity. Don't choose the wrong one, darling. And it's, you know, if you're doing it mindlessly, or if you're not doing it with your heart and your mind connected, then you could make the wrong choice. But this is an easy message. It's just saying, go inside, connect with source energy, and get that knowledge that, you know, rely on your intuition and your gut feeling. This is really important to do that this week anyway, for all of us. Our intuition and intuitive and psychic abilities are being enhanced. So we really need to trust them. And look, you're right here, darling. Crying over spilt milk, you are. This is the 5 of Cups, lamenting on what you haven't done, what you can't have. That's I'm telling you, the underlying message here is focus on your cup. Focus on what you have, right? Focus on what you have. What you don't have, you can't have. Look, spilt milk is already spilt. It's gone. You can't have it. Move on. It's about moving on. You've got 2 cards clarifying this. One is the King of Water, which is, you know, intuition, leadership. This is like emotionally available. And you've got the Ace of Air. Now, you have these wonderful opportunities, but it's almost like you're choosing to be here in this, you know, in this place of focusing on the broken glasses and not even looking at the glasses you have in your hand, the 4 glasses left. It's, you know, it's like, oh, woe is me, I can't have those broken glasses. Guess what? You've got 2 glasses. Focus on that. This is about counseling, right? So this is emotional. This is about going inside and tapping into that source energy and that counsel who's going to help you make the right choice, right? And the Ace of Air, darling, is a wonderful opportunity that feels sometimes that it's all, look, sometimes when the Ace of Air comes in, it's also the remover of blocks, right? So I am really getting for you that you need, look, and this is Neptune. You see that? Look, Neptune. And we've got this new moon in Pisces, and Neptune is in Pisces. Neptune's the ruler of Pisces. Look at that. Dream big, darling. Stop. Let this go. Let that energy go. You've got to move on. It's about moving forward. Making the right choice for the right reasons. Don't go, you know that this choice is no good for you. It's going to cause you heartache if you choose it. Look, we all have free will. We can be in, what's the word I want to say? We can hurt ourselves or we can move forward. It's a choice. And half the time when we know we're making a choice that's self-destructive, that's what I was trying to think of. Don't make the self-destructive choice. And you're going to know what that is. You're going to be it's going to be very clear. You have a lot of opportunities here, a lot of pathways to go on, Scorpio. Choose the right one. Let go of what you can't. Let go of that. It's not worth lamenting on it. And dream big. You have a wonderful new start here coming up, a beautiful new opportunity. And this is saying that the blocks are being removed. And sometimes it feels kind of challenging, but I'm telling you, this is wonderful. This is stay the course. Wonderful things are happening for you. Remember, stop criticizing yourself. Let go of what you can't have and make the right choice for the right reason that is the best for the highest good for everyone. right? Think of every decision you make as a karmic value, and don't be self-destructive, because one of those choices can be self-destructive, and you don't do it. You have that choice not to, Scorpio. Move on. Be kind to yourself. Thank you so much for tuning in, Scorpio. I love you all, and I'll see you next week. To inquire about or purchase any of Mary's services, please email mary@liveinthesolution.com.